Welcome to Women's Sports Weekly, where women's sports happen every day, but we talk about it once a week. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Carolyn. Women's Sports Weekly is a podcast where we discuss the latest news, explore interesting stories, and share our love for women's sports. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at WomensSportsWeeklyPod. Follow us and rate us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Send us an email at WomensSportsWeeklyPod@gmail.com, and we may feature your email on the Listener Experience Zone, the Les. Welcome to our episode, The Best of Women's Sports Weekly from 2025. We have so many clips that we want to share with you, so we're actually doing it in two parts. So today is part one. Let's get into it.
From episode 53, where we discuss the Beanpot Championship. Can you tell me why it's called a Beanpot?
Yes. So this is hosted in Boston, as I mentioned, and Boston is known as Beantown. Did you know that?
I did not. Like beans, like the beans you eat?
Yeah, like the beans you eat. That's exactly what it's named after.
I love beans.
So it's called the Beanpot because it's named after Beantown. And back in colonial days, the Puritans who settled in New England, they observed a Sabbath and they weren't allowed to work or cook on Sundays. So they prepared giant bowls of baked beans on Saturday and then kept them warm throughout the weekend. And because I guess everyone was farting in Boston, they called it Beantown.
Wow. I can't even imagine that. It probably smelled so bad.
I'm like, to get the name Beantown just because you had to cook them on Saturdays is not the real reason. It's because of the farts.
Probably, if we're being honest.
From episode 56, where we talk about naming the NWSL team in Denver. And then, like I said, so many people in Denver are into their crystals and into different things. I think it could be a good idea.
I need to go back to the Emerald City, reminding me of Wicked right now.
Yes.
And what's that song? One day.
One short day
in the Emerald City. That's what was playing in my head. That's what it was.
That could be the battle cry.
You know what? I'm going to paint my face green if this is the case, just like Elphaba, and it's just going to be so good.
You heard it here first. If you like the name, the Denver Emerald, Danielle will paint her face green.
No, that is not what I said. I said
that's exactly what you just said.
I said if we end up being the Denver Emerald, I will show up to games like that. Not if our listeners like it. I'm not just going to show up to an episode with my face painted green.
Which would be so great if you did. But okay, I hear you. That's what I was thinking in my head. So if the owners are listening, or if someone associated with this NWSL team is listening and you want to take my idea, you can take it and you can pay me for it. Okay? I'm looking at you, camera. You will pay me for my idea. Thank you.
From episode 60, Diana Taurasi.
On top of that, we need to talk about Diana's legacy in a different way. Among people our age, and especially among queer people our age, Diana Taurasi has a chokehold over the lesbian population of people our age. We know so many people, queer people, straight people, who love Diana Taurasi. Love her as a player, but also just crush on her so hard. And so to those people who are like that, I'm thinking of you. I know that this is a tough time.
I had to reach out to a few friends and check in to make sure they were okay when the news was announced.
So she has that lasting legacy, and I'm going to miss seeing her on the court. From episode 65, where we discuss the Boston Legacy's name change. In lighter news, in the NWSL, the team out of Boston that starts next year, 2026, changed their name from Boss Nation to Boston Legacy.
Interesting.
Boss Nation was widely ridiculed. Did you know that?
I don't think I did.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like Boss Nation.
What? You're the only one who does. I love that you did. I love this. Doesn't Boss Nation sound more like the fans?
I don't know. I kind of like it. Boss, like we're bosses.
Yeah, but it was only BOS.
I missed this.
It was only BOS.
Boston
Nation.
Legacy. I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, you're kind of like our followers on Instagram, because we posted it on Instagram and 61% of people on our Instagram said that it was a better name and 39% thought it was still a miss. But they did say still a miss. They didn't say Boss Nation was better.
I love how I also missed this on our own Instagram. I don't know where I've been.
You've been wrapped up in March Madness.
Yeah, I have no time for anything else these days.
Danielle will sometimes send me things on social media and she'll be like, we should post this to our story. And I'm like, I posted that 7 hours ago.
You know, it happens.
To me, Boss Nation made no sense at all, and any name would have been better.
I feel like I do remember talking about this last year, but now I'm like, I think that was better than Legacy. I don't know.
The Legacy, they've got a lot of history there.
Yeah, sure.
What, you would stick with Boss Nation?
What's their mascot? Either way, like, what is their mascot?
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably going to be a gritty out there. I don't know.
Yeah, interesting.
So Boston changes their name to Boston Legacy. I like it. Danielle wants to go back to Boss Nation, and that's that. We'll see what happens.
From episode 65, when I got neurovirus at the Final Four.
All right, let's get into the rest of our weekend. Let's talk about Saturday, which is a day in between, and it's usually a day where we get to do something fun. Mm-hmm. And we did. We rented a boat for the day. To add on to our series of unfortunate events, the boat was an hour away, and we didn't have a car, so we had to Uber there, which was tough when you have Uber drivers who want to chat the whole time. First world problems, obviously.
Yeah, and we were under the impression we could choose to get picked up a little closer to where our Airbnb is. So that's why you said it's part of the unfortunate events that we are further. It's not just that we picked something an hour away. But anyways, the Uber drivers, it was a lot. I'll leave it at that. But the boat was a lot of fun. It was a beautiful day out. We drove the boat out, and apparently a lot of people know about Beer Can Island in Tampa. And we drove the boat out to Beer Can Island and anchored there and just docked up for a few hours and hung out before we headed back. But the first attempt at anchoring was a bit of a flop, and Carolyn, you had to jump in the water and get it detached from our motor.
For the record, I was not the one who threw the anchor in.
We won't send any names out there. But I actually forget who dropped it in. But all I know is we were panicking because we were getting awfully close to another boat that was anchored, and we couldn't do anything about it until we got our anchor free from the motor.
So I always love to get in the water. I didn't know I would be getting in the water so quickly. I had to jump into the water. The anchor was wrapped around the motor of the boat. Had to make sure the motor was off. And then I was physically going underwater and ripping the anchor up to try to get some slack on it to then untangle. But I couldn't see where it was tangled, and the water just kept it like splashing into my mouth. It was a lot. And then I came out of the water, and my hand was bleeding. I was like, okay, here's the start of our day. But it ended up being a great day. We had a great time on the boat, got a little bit of some sunshine, which is like all I want in life. And what I miss most besides my family in New Jersey is water. Mm-hmm. And so an opportunity to get on the water was great for me. We drive back on the boat, and the boat ride home, the wind was going against us. And so we were just getting splashed with water, like log flume level water, for 45 minutes.
Yeah. And the water was so choppy, so there was no way to avoid this. We were just getting blasted every 5 seconds with water the entire ride home. Poor Charlie literally left the back of the boat to go lay out on the front of the boat, and the second he put his head down, I mean, it felt like a tsunami of a wave pummeled him, and his phone flew out of his pocket, got waterlogged. It was just a rough ride home, but it was funny. We were all cracking up.
Yes. And as a reminder, Charlie is of the Charlie and Carly couple, Danielle's sister and her boyfriend.
Yes.
So we get back from the boat. We take the nice long Uber ride home, and we're like, we're going out tonight. We're rallying these troops up. We were a group of 8. We had other friends we were going to meet up with, and we're like, we are going out. We know that this is the night to go out. We're doing it.
On the Uber ride home, I was like, there was like a smell of smoke in the car, and I was like, that kind of made me feel nauseous, which doesn't usually happen to me, and I just figured it would go away, but I was like, that's weird.
Yeah, and I'm usually very sensitive to smells. I also get car sick, and I was like, well, I didn't really smell that much smoke, and Danielle was like, I'm so nauseous from that car ride. So we go out to dinner, and Danielle's like, I'm not really feeling well. She's like, I'm just gonna drink more, and I looked at her, and I was like, oh God, okay, she really wants to go out.
And drink more. I will say, I had a Topo Chico and a beer on the boat, and then at dinner I had one drink, and my stomach was not improving, so I did order another drink because I was really trying to will this stomach ache away. I was like, I'm going out tonight. Took one sip of that 4th drink, was not having it, and then the food came out to the and mind you, we were on the boat for hours. This was 2 drinks in a span of 6 hours, whatever it was. the food comes out at dinner and I couldn't even look at it. You started eating because we were splitting something and I couldn't even look at you eating the food. And I ran to the bathroom, come back, and I was like, Kara, we got to go. Like, I'm really not feeling well. We start walking home because we went to dinner close to our Airbnb. The second we get off the property of where we went to dinner, I am projectile vomiting on someone's front lawn.
So much vomit.
And within a minute, I projectile vomited 3 times on this poor person's lawn. I apologize.
It was mostly liquid. We won't get into too much of the details, but we're going to be talking about Danielle's sickness for quite a while now. So just, you've been warned.
And I am putting on a brave face right now, but I'm still not feeling so great.
Yeah, if you see Danielle yawning in this podcast or looking very white, it's because she's still recovering from the Final Four flu.
Oh my God. So we get home. I immediately put shorts and t-shirt on and lay down and got sick one more time throughout the night. Then at 6 a.m. Sunday morning, I woke up to go to the bathroom.
Well, let me tell it from my perspective.
Okay, well, let me tell it from my perspective and then I'll let you interject. I go to the bathroom. I'm trying to get back to the room, but I'm really feel like I need ice water because I was really, really hot at this point. So I put some ice in a cup and I start getting extremely lightheaded and sweaty. And I was like, oh no. And obviously I was feeling very ill to begin with, but I wasn't expecting to get so lightheaded. So I sit down and I'm in there alone because everyone else is still sleeping. And now I'll let Carolyn interject because I lost my memory there for a second.
So Danielle had been moving around in bed all night. I could just tell she was uncomfortable. She threw up again. And I was like, oh, she is sick. She's either got neurovirus or what we're affectionately calling the Final Four flu. The series of unfortunate events continues. And so she's been moving around a lot. So I'm trying to just kind of sleep through it. So while I'm sleeping, I hear a crash and I pop out of bed and I feel next to me and Danielle is not there. And I'm like, oh no. I knew that she had said she was afraid about passing out. And so I jump out of bed and I open the door and Danielle is lying on the ground, passed out. And I start screaming, babe, 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 babe. Your sister is sleeping in the same room as us. She's like, Danielle. She comes running out and you pop up immediately. Pop up is a strong word, but you come back to pretty much immediately.
And from my perspective, again, I lost my memory at this point. When you and Amanda were coming sprinting at me, I thought I was in bed and I thought there was an intruder in the house. And I thought you were screaming at me that I need to get up and get out to get to safety. Me waking up to you screaming my name, that is what I thought was happening.
It was very scary because you were very white. You stayed on the ground for a while. We got you some rags. Your dad ended up coming out and you were just super dehydrated.
And I was dripping in sweat at that point. And I was like, can someone put the air on? And my dad was like, the air is on. And you wanted me to sit up, but I had to lay back down until, I don't know, it took a few minutes for me to be able to get back to my feet and you walked me to bed. It was something.
So back to bed you went. So that was 6 a.m. The game is not until 3 p.m. on Sunday. So I'm like, all right, things are not looking great right now. But around 10 a.m., you are like, I think I can eat. So we got you a smoothie. You wanted a smoothie and you sucked back that smoothie. And I was
in bed
like,
still. We door dashed it.
Yeah.
Did not leave the bed. Was still in bed.
But I was like, things are looking up.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to give you till 12. Try to get some more rest and we'll see how you do. So you get some more rest. I go in at 12 and I'm like, okay, it's time to go in the shower. If we're going to make some moves to get to this game, you got to get moving. And it's not because I am militant and wanted Danielle to.
I wanted to go and you were trying to be helpful for me.
So we get you up to go in the shower and you make your way to the shower.
Not even. I went into the bathroom and was like, there's no way I can get into the shower right now. Like I started to feel not great again. Again, walking back to the bedroom, everything started to go white. Like white spots and just everything started to go white. And I said, Carolyn, I need to sit. Sat back down and There went my smoothie.
I luckily got a bag in time and Danielle lost her breakfast. And it was at that point that I knew that Danielle was not going to the national championship game.
And it was at that point that I also accepted that I could not even get out of bed. So how would I go to a game? And I was very, very sad by this.
It was really sad in the house. Everyone knew how much you wanted to go to this game. We were all so excited because it was
This is the matchup we wanted.
Yes, and mostly UConn fans, but we were there, South Carolina fans. It was just going to be a fun day, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, there was no way in hell I could have moved. And if you know me, you know I would make every effort to be at that game.
From episode 67, when Danielle struggled with a name in the NWSL.
Reign also continued to push late in the game. They had subs come in, Emery Adams and Anne-Marie Cernokovic.
First of all, her name is Anna Maria.
What did I say?
Anne-Marie.
I got so scared. I tried so hard with this name. Cernogocevic. Okay, should I try that again? Seattle Reign continued to push back late. They had subs Emery Adams and Anne-Marie Cernogocevic.
Anna Maria. Just take it slow.
And Anna Maria Cernogocevic. Just take this part out.
Just finish the sentence.
Okay, let me try one more time. Okay, Seattle Reign pushed back. Carolyn, please, I'm sweating now because the heat is on.
I know. Why is it on?
Oh my God, I don't know. Okay. Seattle Reign pushed back late with subs Emery Adams and Anna Maria Cernogocevic in the 86th minute.
It only took us 15 tries to get here. Here we are.
Okay, you know I'm bad with names, and I might be undiagnosed dyslexic, and I'm not making fun of dyslexic people. I really do think I am. So
I say it all the time. We need a
please
test
don't
for
be
you.
rude to me.
I'm sweating.
Cernogocevic also took a shot that hit the post, and her and Adams just put on late pressure at the end of the game, but again, stayed 1-0. From episode 67, Paige Becker's draft outfit.
We have to talk about Paige. Paige had two outfits. The first one was purple. Was it brown? I couldn't really tell. It was kind of sequined. It looked great. And then her second suit was all black. Again, a deep cut. She kept covering. It was so cute. She kept covering her chest. And Holly Rowe was like, I see your hands on your heart. What does this mean to you? I'm like, Holly, she is just trying to make sure she does not have a nip slip on national television. I think in the past, we've seen players try to put on a dress because they think that's what they're supposed to do. And for some players, it's just not where they are comfortable. And you can tell immediately when someone's not comfortable in what they wear. Mm-hmm. And I love that Paige has been leaning into the suits because they fit her so well. She looks so comfortable in them. We see this with a lot of players of like, I can still look hot and I can still look really, really good even if I choose to wear a suit.
Yeah.
Because that's what I feel most comfortable in. And I think that's just like good style advice in general. If you feel comfortable in something, like that's going to look better than something that you feel uncomfortable in.
Yep. That's a great point. And before we talk about the other draftees, we can't not talk about AZ Fudd, even though she didn't get drafted, because she looked great too, sitting at the table with Paige in her little black dress and her hair was blown out. I just have to say, she looked amazing as well.
She did. And that's what we're going to say about that. From episode 69, when we talk about dying. Okay, question for the both of us. Imagine that you could choose when and how you die. At what age would you like to die? And how would you like to go?
You know I hate this because I hate thinking about my own death and your death. If I could pick an age, it'd be...
What?
I'd never die.
Never.
But only if you never died. I don't want to be around if you're not around.
So you would like to be here forever?
With you.
Forever.
As long as I can do everything I could do now, yeah. But if I'm just sitting like a vegetable, no.
What if the world burns on fire? Because we're headed that way.
I don't know. If I had to pick an age realistically, I'm going 115.
You said that so straight face, 115. Okay,
you have to live to 117 though, because right now you're 2 years older than me. So you have to live older. And the way I would want to die is holding your hand in our sleep. You think this is funny, and I know it's going to sound really cheesy, but The Notebook did this to me, 1. And 2, I already told you I want to live an old, healthy life, and I want us both to be still running around, and hopefully we have great grandkids by then.
Oh my
and
gosh.
We're
We don't
running
even
around
have
with
one
them.
kid.
Scout, get to work. And yeah, I don't want to be where people are taking care of me. We're still living in this house. We're still walking up and down the stairs, doing pull-ups, the whole thing.
Okay, so for some context here, when we first started dating, we've had this conversation before. And I was like, what age? And you, I think at that point, were like maybe late 80s.
No way.
And then you were like
No
90s.
way.
Danielle,
No,
yes.
I think I was always 100. I always wanted to make it to 100.
No. And then we got to 100 and you were like, we have to make it to 100. You have to make it to 102. And then it was, I had to make it to 109 or 110 because you wanted to make it to 108. And now we're up to 115 and I'm at 117. I do think there is something beautiful about the end of life.
I'm not there.
I know.
It freaks me out.
I'm saying death in general, if you're able to make it to an old age and die, I do think there's some beauty in that. And the funeral and all of those things that happen is like such a nice thing to do for a human. But you don't want to go there.
I struggle. When other people die, it's really, I'm not just saying me, it's just a big struggle. And the thought of people, I just can't go there.
We can't go there. Okay. I won't say 115, but I'll go 103 and you can be 101.
All right, this is work. We made progress.
Okay, great.
This is progress.
And yeah, we can die holding hands in our sleep.
Is that how you'd pick it?
I would obviously love to go in my sleep and would love to have you next to me. But if you're still running marathons, I'd be like, Danielle, just go. I'm tired. I've been tired. I've made it this long and I made it to 103. And please just let me go to sleep and go run your marathon tomorrow.
Oh my God.
And I'll see you in a bit. Okay. I'll see you on the other side.
All right. Enough of this.
Okay. So how are you feeling now after we played Hot
I
Corner?
don't like that last question.
Okay. I'm sorry. But we had to do something a little bit fun.
That's fun.
I love having hypothetical questions.
From episode 71, our interview with Kelsey and Amelia from Let the Girls Play.
Okay, let's get into a game. Have you all ever played cut, bench, start?
I don't think so, but I think I catch it. I got it.
We're going to give you 3 people or 3 things. One thing that you would cut, meaning you would remove it. One that you would bench, meaning you would want to have it on your bench, but not necessarily your starter. And then one that you would start, like your that's
when you want to marry. Got it. Yeah.
Exactly. So we're going to go off people that we hear you talk about a lot on your podcast. And so one of them is Sandy Brondello, the head coach for the New York Liberty. Latricia Trammell, who you already mentioned, who is the former head coach for the Dallas Wings and now just a pro fisher. And then Kurt Miller, former head coach for the Los Angeles Sparks, but now current general manager for the Dallas Wings.
Sure, King. Okay. I would marry. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I would.
Go for it.
Hold on. I have to, in my brain, I have to reorganize things now.
Cut and start.
Yeah. I would cut Sandy Brondello.
Amelia looks surprised.
Oh my God.
For the purpose of this game.
Move to LA.
Well, sometimes
Get where you came from.
Sometimes she makes really bad calls, and I'm like, it's a love-hate relationship with Sandy. I would say most of my time. Cut Sandy, keep her outfits. She's one of the best dressed coaches in the league. I would bench Kurt Miller, short king, and I would marry / start Latricia Trammell. It's Trammell time. Always Trammell time.
Always Trammell time.
Always Trammell time.
Amelia.
Okay, I would cut. Sorry to Short King. I would also cut Kurt Miller. I would start Sandy Brondello because I want Latricia Trammell on the bench with me.
Hanging
We're
out.
on the bench. We're hanging out.
You're cutting up.
Cutting up. Yeah.
You're kikiing.
We're talking
you
shop
seen
about fishing. She got a hook caught in her hand.
Yeah, don't worry. Amelia was in her DMs, like wishing her well from her personal account.
She said, "Thanks for your concern. I'm okay."
This is like an unlikely friendship that is blossoming between you and LT.
We have to set up a meetup.
I know. I think we could get it now. She's unemployed
She's employed. She's just not employed
by the league.
in the league. Yeah.
Oh, does she have a job?
She's doing broadcasting, or she was during the college season doing, I think, for Oklahoma.
Got it. Okay, so she's got a job, and in her free
She's
time,
got it.
She's fishing.
she's
fishing.
catching rainbow trout. I think she was in Colorado when she got the.
Okay, you need to interview her.
Okay, second one. Connecticut's very own Marina Mabry. Oh my gosh, now I need to remember where everyone plays.
Confusing. They've all swapped on new teams.
Los Angeles Sparks' Kelsey Plum and Indiana Fever's DeWanna Bonner. This was what I think you all call stinkers. I tried to put all the stinkers.
DeWanna Bonner, best actress in the league. Meryl Streep of the WNBA. Kelsey Plum, definitely a little stinker. Marina Mabry, arguably the biggest stinker of the league.
Big stink.
And
I
we
think-
mean that positively.
Oh my God, I love her so much, which is why I would start DeWanna Bonner because she's like one of the leading scorers. She's top 10, right? Yeah. And I would, unfortunately, I think I have to cut Plum Dog because I'm scared of what Marina Mabry would do if I cut her. I fear her.
I would start Marina Mabry, bench Kelsey Plum, and then I would cut DeWanna Bonner.
Wow. Why?
Not for any personal reasons. For personal reasons. Actually, it's for personal reasons. It's for very personal reasons, and she knows why. And she knows why. No, I think I would start Marina Mabry because she's, again, very scary. I want to go to Costco with her. She does really great TikToks of her going to Costco. Yep. I want her to cook for me. I want her to dance with me.
And Kelsey, you know that this game is cup and not Mary.
I am unfortunately not thinking about this in basketball terms at all.
You're marrying Marina Mabry.
Yeah, I want that for life, babe. I want that for life. Yeah, no, I just think, why not start Marina Mabry? Oh man, I forgot this has to be sort of like basketball centered.
It doesn't.
I don't think mine was.
Yeah. And then I'm benching Kelsey because she really makes me laugh. She looks like she likes to have a lot of fun. She likes to play games and stuff. Love that she does dog class. And then DeWanna Bonner, I'm cutting her because I'm scared of Alyssa Thomas. And again, I'm thinking of this in Fuck, Marry, Kill. She's already spoken for her. She's passenger princess to Alyssa Thomas of my high school alma mater. I can't disrespect a fellow Ram like that.
From episode 76, where we discuss dating teammates. We got another Pride gift.
This might be the best Pride gift I've ever received.
We knew it was coming.
Yes.
We have a rule on this podcast. We try very hard not to come out for other people. We want them to do it on their own terms. And finally, AZ Fudd has given us what we've all been asking for, which is the confirmation that we can talk about her and Paige Becker's dating.
Yes. There's been hints along the way. Obviously, her sitting at the table at the WNBA draft, and then that little TikTok trend that they did that all couples do. And then over the weekend, AZ Fudd posted a picture, and on the back of her phone case it said, Paige Becker's girlfriend.
We love it. There were so many hints. Shout out to the TikTokers who do the dirty work and zoom into all of their interactions, and then you see them all together and you're like, yes.
Or when AZ Fudd was wearing a number 5 necklace a few weeks back and people went off on it. There's some good investigative work.
I know that sometimes it can be frustrating to come out and they're probably like, do I really have to do this? Like maybe I'll just drop some hints, but you got to give it to us straight in order for us to truly understand.
For sure.
Have you ever dated or had a crush on a teammate before?
Yes, you. If you are a new listener and you don't know the story of how Carolyn and I met, we played on a bar softball team together. The second you walked up with that bat in hand, I don't know what it was, but I was crushing hard from the start.
I love that.
But that was my first case scenario. How about you?
No, I never have. But like now looking back when I was growing up, not so much in high school, but definitely travel ball. There were like a couple of girls who I was like, thought I was just really friends with, but it was probably more than that. I just wasn't willing to admit it.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that. I'm thinking like pre-high school as well. And now you're ringing a bell in my mind for some people that I forgot about. Yep.
I feel like every gay girl is like, oh yeah, no, I wasn't romantically involved with anyone, but I definitely was obsessed with this one girl and we were best friends. Like,
and we exchanged storybook texts every day.
I love that so much. But I in college just ended up dating a person on the soccer team. I just switched my teams. It wasn't very encouraged on any of the women's sports teams to date someone on your team, because
Sure.
we did have people dating on our team in softball and it did cause some drama. It's kids dating and that's what happens. But yeah, I just tried to switch it up and find a different team. I am a cleat chaser. So, and then I met my own wife in
You did.
softball.
You did.
And my sister called it. She said, "You're going to like her." And I did. So here we are. I'm Danielle Bryan's wife.
And I'm Carolyn Bryan's wife.
But it sounds like Daniel Bryan, and that's my brother and my dad. So I'm not my brother and my dad's wife. I am Danielle's wife.
Yes. And we met over 10 years ago at this point.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
And we still love each other, right?
We do. Very much. And we're still playing softball together.
True.
From episode 72, where we talk about what our siblings could win a national championship in.
What would you and your two sisters win a national championship in?
Basketball.
Oh. Okay.
Well, that's the sport. Carly and I played basketball in college. Amanda's favorite sport was always lacrosse, but she also played basketball. So I feel like
Gotcha.
that would make the most sense.
Gotcha.
I never played lacrosse. Carly did for a hot second. So that's why I say it like that.
Got it.
Yeah.
I think for my family, between my brother and my sister, it could be sports trivia. I think we could win a national championship in sports trivia and heavily rely on my brother.
Yes.
But-
that makes sense.
I think he would cover the men's sports really well. His memory is insane. I think I could do pretty well in the women's sports. And then my sister is very good at gut. My sister's also very smart. She's very good at gut feeling, and she's very good at being decisive. So if we were in between, she'd be like, "We're going with this."
Yep. I could see that.
From episode 79, never making it to the Chicago Sky game. We had a rough past weekend.
We did. As we said at the end of the last episode, we had big plans. Carolyn had big plans of going to her first ever WNBA game, and we were supposed to be in Chicago for the Chicago Sky versus Minnesota Lynx game. After a series of unfortunate events, we had to make the call not to go any longer because not one, not two, but 3 flights that we tried to get on were all canceled between Thursday night and Friday morning. So it wasn't even the span of one date. We tried our best, and by the time we would have been able to get on a flight, it was solely on Friday night that we were like, we will be in Chicago for 12 hours, and I just don't mentally think any of us could have done that.
And we were getting beaten down. And on top of that, we were going with our friends Lex and Sarah. We were flying United. They were flying Southwest, and they were getting canceled too. I guess there was some weather in the area, but then one of our planes was canceled due to technical issues. It was just like you said, the series of unfortunate events, and we just got beaten down. And we were like, we have to call it. The universe does not want us to be in Chicago for some reason.
For some reason. Between the 4 of us, between our United flights and their Southwest flights, it had to be at least 6, 7 flights that we collectively tried to get on and could not get on. So to your point, we were just like, the universe is telling us something. I don't know why, but we're stuck here in Denver.
It wanted us to miss an amazing Chicago Sky game.
The Sky really not only stuck around, but stayed on top throughout this game.
And we were watching this game this past weekend because we love to punish ourselves more. And then the Chicago Sky start winning. And we are like, we're sick. On top of that, before the game, they have t-shirts out for Angel Reese. And I know you're going to talk about that. But I was like, I love a free t-shirt. It looks so cool. And now we're not getting a t-shirt. We're not seeing an amazing game. We weren't able to sell our tickets. It was just like punch after punch after punch after having all of our flights canceled.
Yeah, it was really sad. You mentioned the t-shirts. So fans who attended this game received t-shirts with Angel Reese's 2026 cover. She is now the headline for the NBA 2026 cover for that video game.
We don't play video
We're not
games.
into video games, but
It looks sick.
but there are 3 cover stars and she's the headline. So that picture from the game is literally on the t-shirt that everyone received that game. And we never sold our tickets. So we were literally like, if anyone from Chicago Sky is listening right now,
Please
please
send
mail
us-
them. We'll send you as many stickers as you want. This is our plea.
We'll send you all the stickers. We need 4 t-shirts, please.
Because our 4 tickets did not sell and our t-shirts were just rotting in the stands.
I hate this so much. This is painful. And maybe eventually I'll get to a WNBA game, but it's not this past weekend.
From episode 81, our interview with Carolyn's sister, Ali.
Okay, we're coming to the end of this podcast. Are you feeling better now? You look more relaxed.
Yeah. Are we gonna play a game or something?
Ooh, do you want to?
I don't know. I feel like it's been so formal, like Q&A.
What kind of game do you want to play?
You have no games lined up?
Ooh, I have a game. I have a cut bench start for you.
Okay. Cut bench start. Hopefully I know all the people you say.
Oh, you are. You will know. And this is going to
Cut
get real
bench
personal real fast.
Oh,
for
God.
your softball team, your husband,
Softball team.
Matt, Danielle, me.
Okay,
It's
you're
okay,
saying
you
like
can cut me.
skill-wise, are we going to win? I'm cutting Carolyn. I'm starting Danielle and benching Matt. Matt can be the bench coach. Easy. Next.
Wait, what was this question though? Are you actually having to do with sports?
It has to do
Yeah,
with
it said
skill.
softball.
Yeah, like are we going to win the game?
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you
And
were putting her
Danielle's
on
my
the spot,
shortstop.
like,
And my
relationship-wise.
four
I was
batter.
like,
I knew that was coming.
No, we knew if we're winning a game, Carolyn
I'll
knows.
take it.
Matt will coach you from the bench, Danielle.
All right.
Can I just explain my reasoning a little bit for that? Not for you, Carolyn. You're just off the table. But because I know I'm going to hear it from Matt. Matt would hit it to left field every single time. And if the other team only has one or two players too, they would just put them in left field. Danielle can spread the ball all over the field. So, Matt, you're on the bench. Sorry, Matt.
I don't know if I can agree with that. I hit the ball to left every single time.
I had a
Gosh, we
softball
need
game
that.
today and hit it to right. So all of you can go scratch.
But I hit a
need
grand
video.
slam today.
And mic drop. Anyway, I knew a game was going to be a good idea.
All right. We're not playing any more games or else I'm going to get butthurt about
Well,
it.
no, just don't make them personal. I'm really proud of you for hitting to right field because me, Danielle, and Matt can't do that. So that takes years of practice.
From episode 84, the Sue Bird statue. But now Sue Bird has a statue in Seattle.
I would like to pause real quick. I think this is really cool. But I don't know if you remember when we were in Scotland, you said you wouldn't want a statue of yourself because all you see is bird poop on them. So what do you have to say to Sue?
Oh, yikes. We did see a lot of old men, when I mean old, like ancient men, with statues with lots of bird poop. I don't know. Maybe they have something now to prevent birds pooping on it. But she is Sue Bird, so maybe she wouldn't care.
All right, Sue.
I don't know. Sue, I hope they have a good maintenance team and they clean up any poop because in Scotland, they were not cleaning up the poop of the birds shitting on the head.
I just had to put that out there, but continue.
From episode 84, our interview with Afriye Phillips.
Has there been a time in practice where you've just felt like super humbled, where you're like, whoa, these are grown women professionals?
It's crazy that you asked about that because it was like, it was the first practice we had with media in there. So how our practice facility is set up, the media comes in about maybe 15, 20 minutes left in practice and they're sitting on the sideline. So they've got their cameras out, they're recording. And JJ set this brutal down screen on me and it was an offensive foul. Like the referees called it because we had refs at the time. But she gave me a forearm shiver. And I was like, Jay, like, and she just gave me the look. And I was just like, all right, welcome to the WNBA, I guess. So.
Yeah, that was your welcome moment. That's so amazing. I think JJ has given a lot of people their welcome to the W moment.
Oh, yeah.
From episode 86, Asia Wilson's greatness. I saw something the other day that said, don't get bored of Asia Wilson's greatness. Yes, she's won MVP multiple times now. She is always so consistent. Every time she goes out, she's going to have a good performance. She rarely has a bad performance. And to me, I'm like, are we just getting bored of her greatness? And that's why we're having these other MVP talks. But she's just so good. And I don't want to just give MVP to someone else because we're bored of how good she is.
I think Asia Wilson makes things look so easy that you're like, oh, that wasn't that impressive when it is, but she just makes it look so effortless that it tricks you. I think that's a great point to not get bored with her greatness because she is great. She deserves to be recognized as that.
From episode 88, our interview with Ryan Ruocco.
The amount of coverage for women's sports has increased tremendously. And with that comes a lot of new eyes, a lot of new opinions, a lot of clickbait posts, a lot of trolls. How do you perceive and feel that shift covering women's sports for so long? And how do you interpret it all?
I think in general in this country, and I'm sure beyond this country, I just happen to live here, we have a media literacy problem. And to me, the most important thing that you could teach young people as they come up in this world is how to navigate the media landscape and understand what's real, what's not, and how to value certain things versus others. What's the motivation behind this post versus that? I do think there's a responsibility that is universally being skirted in the name of entertainment by different journalistic outlets to have some level of filter on what you're going to post or not post. In my opinion, if you're a credible brand, it should not just be for clicks. Also, I think that the major social media outlets that we use have done a god-awful job of trying to steer any of this, and somehow they've been kind of absolved from this. I see all the time in this women's basketball space, people will post these just totally fabricated quotes, like completely fabricated quotes, and somehow they get shared a gazillion times, and now you have some subsect of people who didn't bother to put any additional research into it because their lives are busy and they don't have time, and I don't begrudge them for that at all, who think that something happened that didn't. Like, this has happened to Jamel Hill like 6 or 7 times, where they use like these damning quotes that are completely made up, and then all of a sudden she's got to fend off people like, how could you say this about this person? And she's like, I never said that. I think there was some quote, I don't even want to do it justice, but there was some quote that I saw get significant traction that was attributed to her that she never said, that was just created by some BS account where somebody's just trying to stir it up and get clicks. And to me, I don't know exactly how a regulatory board would be created, but there should be some sort of regulatory board or situation where if you're Instagram, if you're Twitter, if you're whoever, and you see this false stuff being posted that's clearly false, like a quote that just was never said, boom, your account's gone. Sorry. Like, yep, your account's suspended. That's it. So women's basketball, it's a gift and a curse, this conversation. Obviously, I have a lot of thoughts just about the general media stuff with this, and it's a source of stress and frustration for me in general, but especially in today's political climate, it's just really hard to navigate and just try and be educated without being targeted and manipulated and buried into a silo. But in women's basketball, it's a gift and a curse because I do think there's such a passionate online presence in women's basketball. I do think it's served as some level of promotion then to drive people to the games and to drive storylines and drive eyeballs. And there's a value in that, right? Because then more people are exposed to your product. And also it's lent itself to toxicity that is not productive and really frustrating and aggressively inaccurate. And so I just think it's almost like you just have to give everyone the ability to filter it themselves, because these companies aren't going to do it for you. Whether it's a media company, whether it's the platforms that we're consuming this stuff on, they're not going to do it. So we just all have to be responsible enough to be like, was that really said? Or like, what do I really think about this? And to answer your actual question before this incredibly long soliloquy, like, how do I see it manifesting? I see people in my own life who come up to me like, oh, can you believe this? Like, about the WNBA? Can you believe these players are doing this? Can you believe this? And 85% of the time, it's something that's just not true. But somehow they've developed an emotional response because of the way something's been like presented and then upregulated in their feed and like boom, 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 boom to them. So even though I know I can't steer everybody back on the path, when I have those interactions, I feel the need to be like, okay, here's what's actually happening, and try and dispense what I believe is truth in those moments rather than just letting them continue with whatever narratives have been spun and created.
From episode 94, a cameo from Scout and me singing A League of Their Own. Scouty, any thoughts for today? Okay, just an ear to the microphone. No comments. Okay. We're the members of the All-American League. We come from cities near and far. We got Canadians, Irish ones, and Swedes. We're all for one, well, we're on for all. We're all American.
Nice.
Do you like that?
From episode 96, the ref camera in the NWSL.
What I want to talk about in this match is that the ref was wearing a camera. The head ref was wearing
so
a
funny.
camera on either his chest or his head. It must have been on his chest because I didn't see anything on his head. Who knows why they did this, but it was the most chaotic scene I've ever seen at a game. It was so funny. Marta is just like in his face yelling. She ended up actually getting a yellow card for it, but to see like a tiny little Marta just coming at you so angrily and all the other players just like looking and yelling, it was amazing. Some great footage in this match.
And I love how they just would transition from the regular camera to the ref's camera. It's like you're being yelled at in that moment. It was really funny.
From episode 97, Project B.
Can you please tell us what the heck Project B is?
Yes, very weird name, and we need to talk about it because it's coming.
I feel like it's getting some headlines. We'll explain why in just a bit, but what is it?
It's not Plan B, which I'm not a huge fan of the name. I gotta.
Okay. Project B, carry on.
Because what was Project A? Like, why did they name it Project B? It sounds like a backup plan.
Carolyn, can you tell me what it is?
No, because Plan B is like a backup plan, right? You take Plan B when Plan A didn't work.
Well, maybe they had a Plan A and it didn't work, so this is Project B. I don't know what to tell you, and I don't know why you're getting so upset about the name.
From episode 98, Hannah Hidalgo's defense.
Another key point about Notre Dame, their defense. Hannah Hidalgo especially, she is a menace on defense. I think I would want to punch her in the face if I was, I just know myself when I was a player, and if people were annoying on defense, I would literally lose my mind, and she's so annoying on defense.
Danielle doesn't like when people touch her.
Yeah.
She played a physical sport and didn't like when people touched her.
It's fine in a physical way, but don't just piss me off. So they went into this game averaging 18 steals per game, and then they had 16 in this game. So definitely something notable.
The game wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
It was like turnovers left and right. From episode 100, discussing who's faster. Let's get into the sports section.
Yes. So the first one's kind of funny, and it's kind of about us, but I guess it's sports too. But someone said, between Carolyn and Danielle, who would win the following? So I'll just list them off, and then we could go back and talk about each one. First, pancake eating contest. Second, mini golf. Third, 100-meter dash. Fourth, penalty shootout versus each other as goalies. And fifth, 10 games or frames of bowling.
All right, let's get into it. Pancake eating contest. Should we try to do a 1, 2, 3 and see if we have the same
Yes.
answer?
Are we going to say our names or say you or me?
Say the name.
Okay.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, wait. Did we say which one we're doing first? Pancake eating contest.
Yes. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Carolyn.
Yes. Yeah. Anything food related, I am throwing it down.
All right. Mini golf.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Danielle. Wow. Thank you.
I will admit it, mostly because you've beaten me in mini golf before.
Thank you. Okay.
I'm not happy about it.
100-meter dash.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Danielle.
Okay, let's fight because
Oh, this wasn't a boxing competition.
no, I'm ready to fight about this one. You run long distances quicker than I do.
Don't say quickly, but I am faster than you.
Yes. I think I am a faster sprinter than you.
We haven't tested this out, so it's kind of a you said, me said, no.
You don't think so?
Maybe we should try it.
We need to ask someone on our softball team. Okay, for the record, we are not fast sprinters. We're not going to beat
No, I would never
anyone.
use fast next to my name.
So this is a tale of two slow people running. But we've run down first baselines before, and you think you get faster down the first baseline than I do.
Is that 100 meters?
No, that's like
Less than.
60 feet.
I think 100 meters I'm beating you.
Oh, you think I'm going to start out
I just
strong.
think the question is not first base. It's 100 meters. I think I'm beating you.
Do you think I'll beat you to first base?
I have no idea, but that's not the question. 100 meters.
Y'all, we're going to have to do this.
We should do it.
Okay.
Okay.
From episode 101, the WNBA CBA.
Also, as part of these CBA talks, the WNBA is proposing an earlier start date to training camps in the preseason and also to cut team housing. The earlier start dates out of all of this is the part that's sending me the most because I hate that because they are getting paid more, they are expected to work more.
Yeah.
It is not like we are going to pay you more because you are worth more. It is we will pay you more if you work more.
Yeah.
And that, I don't know why, but that is just driving me so insane that they even propose that. On top of that, it makes no sense. It's going to run into really close to the Final Four and it's going to run into the WNBA draft. So just a crazy thing to offer. And I'm just like, again, I said this last week, until the leagues that house these players start treating them like professionals, how do we expect anyone else to?
Yeah.
That's it for this week. We will see you next week on Women's Sports Weekly. In the meantime, watch women's sports and share the podcast with your friends. Rate and subscribe to the pod on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. Thanks for joining us.